folks! It is just 2 weeks ago where I presented you the 5th info update video, and there are already news to tell again. So welcome back to a 6th update video about a soon new upcoming transformable Digimon figure series named Chou Shinka Tamashii series or Digivolving Spirits series. Quick and easy? Of course. This time it is mainly about the Digivolving Spirits Gabumon Metal Garurumon figure. If you open the official promotion site for the Digivolving Spirits series by Bandai Tamashii now, you can find some informations about a Gabumon Metal Garurumon figure there, like in the case of Agumon Wargreymon before. You also can switch between the different side portions now, with the help of different colored buttons, which are on the upper side portion, and there is a third, bigger button, which is marked as a kind of update button, but to that I'm coming back later again. The setup of the site with the informations to the single points and the listed points itself is and are exactly the same, like by Agumon Wargreymon. Also the contents of the information of the different points are similar to which they wrote some time ago to Agumon Wargreymon. They merely used some other words and terms and formulated it a bit different. In short, they added a further text part to Agumon's Wargreymon's information texts, but the basic statements within them are the same, and the native informations are written below in a smaller form. The new texts are again dedicated to Agumon Wargreymon figure. This, what I mentioned before, also counts for the comments of Hiroyuki Kakudo and Kenshi Watanabe. So because of this, I won't expand on this no more, because I already done this very detailed in the info update video part 2 to make this new update video shorter and more interesting. But the most important thing to point out is that they wrote again that other characters which were not released under the old Digivolving series in the past, the Super Evolution Spirit series will develop. Furthermore, I will mainly respond and do a bit commenting here to the facts which relate directly to the Gabumon Metal Garurumon figure. So fast up to the informations of Digivolving Spirits Gabumon Metal Garurumon. On the top we have this nicely designed promotion image in which you can see the figure in Gabumon and Metal Garurumon form, which reminds a bit on the Digivolution scene and which I showed and mentioned in the last video already. Below there are the informations for the reservation of the figure, which began on 1st August in Japan. And you can see also the manufacturer's suggested retail price of 7,776 yen, which are about circa 71.54 US dollars. This would be a bit more expensive than Agumon Wargreymon. Now up to the first point, the Digivolving. Besides painting applied to detailed details, of course body color change before and after evolution from Gabumon to Metal Garurumon is also reproduced as much as possible with perfect deformation gimmick without replacement. I think to that you only can agree. The finish is definitively absolutely super and very detailed with the accurate colors and reminds hardly on the finish of the old figure from then, which was not as looking good because of partly total wrong chosen colors for both forms. Up to the next point, the proportions. The second Metal Garurumon, the basic deformation method, follows the past Super Evolution series, but by changing the joint structure and adjusting the balance of each part, the proportion is exactly Super Evolution. It is a deformed figure full of nostalgic, fresh surprises. Really? A deformed figure? Oh, I think this is not what they actually wanted to say. I think this is a fatal translation error, because deformed stands firstly, like you know, for negative words, like ugly. And this they don't want to express at all about their new product. Maybe they wanted to say that this is a deformable figure. Or if they wanted to refer to the improvements which went into the new figure in compared to the old one's design, they could have meant it as changed in this way. Anyway, very funny, isn't it? But deformed is really the wrong word for this awesome looking figure. But I have to admit that those information texts are also a bit strange and difficult to read because of using such unusual words and terms for them, and also the whole sentence construction is odd. This I noticed when I did translate them for the German version of this video. But now back to the topic. I agree to those facts when they are in the right form, and that the basic transformation of the new one is nearly similar to the transformation of the old one you clearly can see in those images. But I would say that this is all what the new one shares with his ancestor in both forms. Because just have a closer look to his design and his accurate proportions. In those he reminds hardly on which the old version has, and firstly and at first sight on a Tamashii Figure Arts figure, and also more on his D-Arts version, or respectively on the S.H. Figure Arts version, and less on a transformable figure. Of course, he is a bit more bulkier than the D-Arts version due to the transformation ability. You also have seen already some images of him, but those big images making him looking a bit more impressive yet, in my opinion. Yes, you really can't express it better. Truly, in Super Evolution by all accounts, and in compare to the old one in both forms. And with that, to the next point, the materials. In the Super Evolution spirit, we also pursue a sense of texture when taken in hand. Head armor part, missile bot top surface, pipes that need strength, etc. Emphasize metal feeling using die casting. In addition, the clear part is used for the beam part of the back and the tail, realizing a finish with a high class feeling. Good that the head armoring is die cast, I thought already, but what they exactly meant with the missile bot top surface is honestly not so clear to me. Did they meant with that the flat yellow small blade which is on the triple missile launcher devices on the top of his front legs, which are Gabumon's souls at the same time? Unusual if that would be the case. Why of all things they pointing out this small piece especially? Or did they mean the upper neck part in the front, which has the coloring of Gabumon's Fuhrer? I mean, in original, Metal Garurumon is an absolutely weapon. He bristles with ejectors, armor plates and flaps which he can extend, and underneath them there are rockets and missiles everywhere. So it stays unclear to me which missile bot top surface on him they meant with this fact. I thought rather that his legs are die-cast or other metal body parts because they finished with the same color like the head armoring. At any rate, halfway. Also that the pipes are supposed to be made of die-cast, I don't see here this much. For me it looks rather that they are made of plastic. But let them surprise us when the time has come. And with that we are already by the last point. The compare to the previous product. Compared to the past evolutionary Super Evolution series, the most evolving point is a promotion. Especially in the Metal Garurumon form, it is a must-see coolness not to be defeated by non-transformed figures. To that I also only can agree. I personally think that the Gabumon Metal Garurumon figure is succeeded a bit more than Agumon Wargreymon. Maybe that's also only matter of opinion. While Agumon Wargreymon tough got new and well conceived and also looks very good in both forms, he does has some issues in both forms, which maybe were even better by the old figure. Agumon's shoulders, elbows and arms and Wargreymon's a bit too skinny legs and through that following too thin shin armoring parts due the new way of transformation. But for me he still looks very good and the slimness of the legs tough matches to the rest of the body proportions because also the upper body got more slim and sharper sculpt than in compare to the old one. And for me there is only one detail and fact that bothers me a bit. That is that they made Agumon's face again visible on the backside of Wargreymon's brave shield in Wargreymon's form. For that they had could been a bit more groundbreaking and had could use a bit more transformation techniques for it. But also all things I mentioned without being able to judge it this way, how cool and how much fun the figure actual would be when you have it in your own hands. This is what I also want to point out one more time here. What already catches the eye in those pictures is that you can see in compare to Agumon Wargreymon a far more markable improvement on Gabumon Metal Garurumon in his accurate proportions in all of his parts in compare to his old version. That the way of transformation of the new figure would be nearly similar to the old figure, that you can assume, and it is actual also just logical, and maybe there were not much other options to do this in a different way. Tough, they added parts to both forms to achieve a more accurate look of the figure in its respective evolution form. And that fact is really super, and for this I give them a high credit. Gabumon's tail gets indeed splitted in half again, like by the old one, to form Metal Garurumon's wings, but I created an additional fold out part that helps looking the splitted tail more like Metal Garurumon's wings. Just then they added on the tip the translucent plastic part which imitates the jet stream. That jet stream piece is added just straight on Gabumon's tail tips by the old version and folds out there. The rest of the wings just looking more like Gabumon's splitted tail and less like Metal Garurumon's wings. Also, Metal Garurumon's legs and paws has now a better regarding size to the rest of his massive body and seeming to be much more stable than in the case of the old one. The old version has very loose and wobbly joints, which hardly can carry the weight of the massive body without sinking down by moving him some time. And how you can see that by the old one, the upper and lower part of the front legs in the shoulder area isn't really connected, and only through the blue colored pipe pieces due the way of transformation. Also that is different by the new one and seems to be much more stable, and above all it looks much more accurate formed. There is also not so much Gabumon kibble visible in Metal Garurumon's form in compared to Wargreimon's form in his back area. Gabumon's kibble are completely used from Metal Garurumon's parts the same way like it was by his old version. Tough, the overall look of him was far from perfection. Also for Gabumon's form I want to point out some special features which are much better than they were by his ancestor version. Maybe the best on him is that he actually got hands now. Underneath his Garurumon Fluor sleeve coat, those were hollow by the old one. And also his overall shape of his body got more accurate and has the right proportion. If you blank out the whole of Metal Garurumon's kibble, which has to go logical somewhere. By the way, those parts had nearly the same look by the old one. For example, I absolutely love how they molded the Fluor tips around his horn, that those sticking out a bit, imitating a real Fluor look and seems not so flat. Also the colors are now much accurate on Gabumon. Also that was not so nice by the old one. There you could see further Metal Garurumon parts which had in this way the wrong coloring for Gabumon's form. This all looks far more better by the new one, and so they managed the body color change for... This looks far more better by the new one, and so they managed the body color change more than very well in my opinion. So for me actual would be a bit higher price for him also justified if you consider all of this I mentioned here about. Well, so now I think that was all what I wanted to say about Gabumon Metal Garurumon. Now I'm coming back again to the third bigger button. If you click on it, you directly getting to the newest update sections of this promotion site. With this they announce which of the other three already presented figures will be the third and next released one. Like you easily can see, it will be Digivolving Spirit's Caramon Diablomon, who is marked with a 03 now. Further I assume that the 04 surely will be Dorumon Alphamon, and the 05 could be Tailmon Angewomon then. With that, we are by the last topic now, Tailmon Angewomon. I found some more images of the other figures and Angewomon. In those you can see the figure in Angewomon's form from behind. Like you can see, and it was supposed to be, you can see all folded out parts of Tailmon's form. I don't know exactly what to say about the look, if I should feel good or bad about it, except that you simply could guess it already before, that her back view would be just so. She simply is what she is, a transformable figure with the shell former system, and because of this I don't want to slaughter her look because of this. Of course, not accurate back view, without having the possibility to have her in the hands and to judge her this way if they could have done something better or not. Tough, her front view is just amazing, except the look of her wings. And finally, we also could get some insights in Tailmon's look, how her colors are, etc. And I have to say that everything looks very good too. Anyway, how far you can judge it so far from now? Good, my friends, should be all set again for this time. You only can be curious which characters in which form they will presenting us at next. Will it be at first further CG rendered planning images, or maybe even another finished prototype figure? Let's see. But I strongly believe that they for sure tinker on the planning and development of the next figure. We will surely experience it soon, so stay tuned for further update videos. Your Mega 88 1000.